So this is my new hatchery invention for my brine shrimp. It's going to be a lot easier to determine, to get my brine shrimp out without having someone have to lift it up. So what's going to happen is I'm going to fill this up with water. The heat lamp has been on all day, all night, all day to make sure that it's the proper height, so that way the bottle doesn't get hot. The bottle is warm, but it's not hot, and the top the top here is not melted at all, and it's not even hot. The bottle itself is warm, and you can see on the temperature rating it says 90 degrees, but there's no water in it yet. I'm gonna put water in it. I'm gonna set it up, and I'm gonna have a video of me setting this guy up with the proper amount of water and baking soda for raising the pH level, and what else? The salt, the right amount of salt, and then the right amount of eggs for the 2-liter container. So the cool thing is the pump's over here. This airline tubing right here will go into the pump, which would cause this to bubble up like the other one, and then the eggs will be moving around in there. The heat lamp is going to keep the temperature at a steady temperature, because once there's water in there, I doubt it will get above, it might get to 82, 86 degrees, but that's perfectly fine. They like high temperatures, but it won't hit 90, I know that for a fact. But yeah, it's just a regular heat lamp that I use for my turtles to bask. I had an extra one. But yeah, I made this out of plywood. It's extended right here off of the ground. Move that out of the way. So if I wanted to, I could fit the pump in here, under here, which I won't do because I want the pump to be a little bit higher. Because once I take this tubing out, so once this tubing is out, as soon as the tubing's out, it shows me an epic fail in my other video. Once the tubing is out, water will come rushing out of here as soon as the tubing is popped out of there. So I keep it in the camera. I have to keep the tubing at a certain height, so that way it stops at a certain height. Then I put whatever I'm going to use inside of a cup, and then after that I will put fresh water in there and rinse them out. Put some of this I got this First Bites powder that I use to feed the brine shrimp, so that way they eat some of that food before I feed my babies, which I'm going to show a video of that right now. But I'm going to get the brine shrimp first. I already showed how I do that in the other one. And then I'm going to do a video of my old thing that I made for a temporary use, so I can make this guy. And when this one gets set up, this is going to be awesome, because I'm going to have enough brine shrimp in there to get, check this out. This red male is finally full grown and matured, and look how big his bubble nest is. That is ginormous for a 2.5 gallon tank. He's full grown now and ready to breed. This is a red dragon, and then this is the black dragon. He's also full grown and ready to breed. His bubble nest is here. They haven't bred yet. And then this is the baby's dad up here all by himself, and he's just been resting a lot. But he's got a bubble nest right there still. And then here's all of the babies. So I did a count this morning on the left side of the tank, and I counted over 100. And then I looked over on the right side of the tank, and there was well over 100, just because I know, just because of how I counted the other ones. But they're all over the place now. There's some at the bottom, there's some at the top. They're all over now. and they're big enough now you can really see them real good. So feeding them the brine shrimp has definitely helped accelerate their growth. So they're growing really good now with eating the brine shrimp, which is awesome. It's awesome to see all these fish, and they're healthy. So I'm pretty proud right now. I got over 200 fish in this aquarium from that spawn. The numbers may drop or they may stabilize, but once the fish get large enough to where I can net them and put them in the 20-gallon long where all the plants are, and I can feed them in there with some brine shrimp. That tank has a filter, so whatever doesn't get eaten, the filter will catch, and the plants will use it as fertilizer. So it's win-win. So it's got a filter and it's got a planted environment where the mustard gas mill is now, but I'm going to move him into the 5.5 gallon as soon as I feel like I need to net some of these larger fish out. But right now they're all around the same size, which is cool and awesome. And they're very easy to see now. You can just see them all over the top. And the bottom really needs to get cleaned, but I'm so scared of sucking some of them up. I don't want to suck any of them up with the hose that I have made, but I really need to clean the bottom. It really needs to get cleaned. But other than that, the babies are doing phenomenal. And I'm glad. You can see the rays of the heater going up. They love the rays, the water movement. Temperature stays around 78, 79 degrees, so they're growing. People use warmer temperatures for the betas. I learned that the betas will still spawn with 78, 79 degree temperatures, and the fry and stuff will grow at a more normal rate at this temperature. So whatever fish I get to live, they're going to be very healthy fish. And I just know that just from experience when I was a kid. Not really a kid. I bred these fish when I was 10 years old. And the last pair I bred was when I was 17. Only reason why I stopped is because the person that bought them from me was at a fish shop that closed down way back when. But that's it.